So let's talk a little bit more about the Chrysler Norsman. Now, if you haven't already seen my recent video on the Chrysler Norsman, scroll back a couple of videos. I don't want to spoil anything for you. But this absolutely amazing concept car was lost to us in 1956 when it went down with the ship, the Andrea Doria. And there were some questions that came up with the last video that I thought I would take a little bit of time to answer. Now, if you're not familiar with the story of the Andrea Doria was one of the flagships of the Italian fleet. And she was sailing from Italy to New York Harbor with some very precious prototype cargo from Chrysler, along with about 1,200 passengers and about 500 crewmen. Now, this ship had made about 50 successful transatlantic crossings. On July 17th, 1956, she left Genoa, Italy, on her way to New York Harbor. 9 days into her journey and only 300 miles from New York Harbor, the ship hit a dense fog. The captain ordered that the ship maintain 20 knots, regardless of the fact that it was a highly trafficked area. Now, only a few hours earlier did this ship, the MS Stockholm, leave New York Harbor on its way to Sweden. So best I can tell, the Andrea Doria did not have radar, but the Stockholm did. Later investigations would prove that the Stockholm's radar was actually miscalibrated at the time. The radar operator had set the radar to 5-mile increments as opposed to thinking that he was looking at 20-mile increments. Thinking he had much more room than he actually did, the Stockholm hit the side of the Andrea Doria, gashing a huge opening in the side of her hull and completely destroying the front of the Stockholm, although the Stockholm was salvageable, and I do believe the Stockholm is actually still floating to this day. The Andrea Doria still stayed afloat for about 11 hours, and about 46 members of the crew were killed, generally in the area where the impact was. Everybody else got off of the ship before she plummeted to the bottom of the ocean. So let me answer the question that a lot of people were asking. Could the car have been salvaged? An experienced diver by the name of David Bright dove on the wreck in an effort to recover a body from a diver who had passed away trying to explore the wreck. He managed to get into the cargo bay where the car was stored and found the crate that had unfortunately ripped open when the ship landed on its side. Unfortunately, 40 years of seawater had almost completely dissolved the body of the car. The only thing left was the glass and the tires to identify it.